You're good.
Up. I bet that whole load's gonna dump in one.
Good. And this is what's left of someone's house that we just dumped. This broke my heart to see this. Not that everything else didn't break my heart too, but I haven't met the family that used to live here before the destruction. But yeah, just praying that this baby's okay, whoever owned these toys.
Scary. Sure.
Let him cut the tree down. You just right. Pushing the tree, let the tree fall. You got it. That was the most
blessings that you bestow on us. Thank you for the protection and righteousness for all the things that we are able to do while we are here. Thank you for those that endlessly cater to us and prepare meals to nourish our bodies. And thank you for protecting our families at home. Thank you for watching over those on the way and those on the way home. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to witness to these families as we come in contact with them. This we are grateful for. Amen.
Amen. Sorry, man. I thought the guard was on the other side of it.
So I just spoke to the owner of this house, asked him if he was home when it happened. He said yes. They were right here at the back side of this house is the bathroom. He said that's where they were at, in the tub, while their roof literally got ripped off. I've been picking up their roof for all the surrounding area. We're picking up the pieces of their roof that are just scattered everywhere. And we've got here tonight, there's storms coming in again, big storms. Not supposed to be tornado worthy, but definitely lots of rain. And these people right now, as of now, have no roof on their house. It's been ripped off. So yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking. You got, 30, 40 men out here trying to clean up debris and help these people with, grown men just in tears as we're working. Puts things in perspective, that's for sure. I came over here to talk to this lady. This isn't even one of our projects. It's next door to the project we're on, but This is an elderly lady. Look at this tree. Is literally, I mean, through her house. Look at this place. And she, up until an hour ago, she was still in this house, living in this house. And I don't know if they just came to pick her up to take her somewhere, or if to take her like away permanently. But this has been, what, well over 2 weeks. The tornado happened and she's still staying here. I was gonna come talk to her, but then the workers told me she just left. Somebody in a black car came and picked her up. Look at this. That's a fairly recent model Chevy truck, crushed by this tree. They went onto her house. Roof ripped off. That tree crushed her front porch. All the windows shattered and blown out. A tree on the other side. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff on the ground here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to crawl through here to get to it, but some of the other videos I got from other angles might have shown it. But this tree here, one of these, that one I believe, fell and it's crushed her house on this side. She was literally still in this house until an hour ago. And an elderly woman by herself. It's just, oh, Father, that's just insane. I wish we could stay longer and take care of this for her. Maybe they picked her up because of the storm that's coming tonight, because there's no way she could be in there with this rain coming tonight. I don't know how she was in there now. Pray for her. I wish I knew her name, but the Father knows, so you can, if you see this, pray for her. This is where the tree had fallen through that is now cut. So this is what it looks like after we cleared the debris.
That's also my bottle.
I was able to talk to the owner, and she said, I don't know, I'm getting mixed stories because somebody else said she said something different to them, but told me that she actually was not home, that she was planning on staying home, but a family member called her and said, you need to get out of there, this storm is bad, you need to get out. And she's like, no, I always stay home through these storms, they come through here all the time, you know, no big deal, I'm gonna stay. And family member was insistent, and she ended up leaving, and then this happened. Well, actually not this, what you saw earlier with the trees falling into her house and roof ripped off, but this is what it looks like now. We're just about done here for the day. this storm is coming in. I was just telling one of the brothers here, it's, you know, if I just shut up, the darkness and the way the wind is coming through here, and like just that sense of storm coming, and considering the atmosphere and the surroundings, is just very eerie right now. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So the homeowner said that the insurance company wants to come pick up the truck. So she wanted to know if we could remove this tree from on top of it, because she sent the insurance company pictures and they said, yeah, we'd like to come pick it up, but can't do it with a tree through it. So now we got to take this tree off of here, hopefully. Don't scratch it. Oh, drug it across the hood, scratched it all up. And voila. Will you check this out? I had to stop here. I didn't even know this was real. Only time I ever heard of this place was in Driving Miss Daisy when I was a kid, the Piggly Wiggly. But I guess when you're in Mississippi, you go to the Piggly Wiggly, I guess. Still headed back from Mississippi from the deployment with Grindstone Ministries and the tornado relief efforts that we were participating in there. It just reminded me, seeing the effect of those tornadoes rip through there, is that my goal is that if I were to die tomorrow, my wife and kids would not have to worry about anything for at least 7 years. And what brought that to mind is preparedness. Obviously, when you think of natural disasters and you think of preparedness, a lot of people think of natural disasters or economic collapse and all that stuff, and that's all good. But a natural disaster might not ever happen. It might, but it might not. An economic collapse might happen, but it also might not. You know what's definitely going to happen? You're going to die one day. I'm going to die one day. So when I plan and prepare and stockpile and all those things, my main goal has always been, if I were to die tomorrow, I want my wife and kids to have everything that they need for at least 7 years. Food, water, shelter, clothing. Food, water, shelter, clothing for at least 7 years. And then once I reach those 7 years, I want to extend it past that, because I want it to last till at least the kids are able to, you know, either fend for themselves or they'll be married or whatever the case might be. But you have a place that you could live, a place where you can go, a safe place to escape to, food, water, and clothing to last 7 years. And I'm almost there on all those categories. Not quite. But that's always been my goal, because these other catastrophes might not ever happen, and those preparedness items and all that stuff might come in handy if those things ever do happen. But what I know is going to happen one day is I'm going to die. And I've always thought, I don't know why, but I've thought this since a very young age, since maybe 20, that I might die at a relatively young age. I've always, for some reason, the age of 56 has always come to my mind. And that's kind of what pushes me to live the way I do sometimes. Sometimes it's a little, causes some anxiety, because I just feel life is short, and I've seen so much death around me and so much lost so many loved ones close to me that's just been reiterated throughout my whole life. But even before I lost my first person and had somebody die literally in my arms, I thought that I would not live a long life. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, but that's what I've always thought. So my concern and focus has always been, I don't want my wife and kids to panic and be scrambling, then not know how to survive if I'm gone. I want them to be taken care of. So again, food, 7 years worth. That's the goal. And that's what they have now, at least. It wouldn't last us 7 years if there was a natural disaster, because I'm here eating it with them. But if I were to die tomorrow, they would have 7 years worth easy. Water, and a source of continuous water to provide for them, yes. A place to go, and something to live in, yes. So food, water, shelter, clothing, yes. Not to 7 years yet, though, although work on that. But yeah, and you can think of this from a spiritual aspect too. Is we're always thinking, you know, when it comes to preparedness, we think of the physical aspect of food, water, shelter, clothing, those types of things. But the main focus here is you prepare for death and eternity. Are you prepared to meet the Creator? That's not, the answer to that question is yes, because I'm a good person, or yes, because I quote unquote accepted Jesus into my heart, or whatever. I mean, are we living in the obedience to Him? Am I living in the obedience to Him? Can we honestly say that? Because I could die tomorrow. I could die tonight in my sleep. I just came from a disaster zone where people went to sleep that night thinking they were going to not wake up the next morning, and their house crushes them. You might think, well, I don't live in an area like that. We don't get tornadoes. Okay, well, you can go to sleep tonight and just stop breathing. It happens to thousands, if not more, people every single night that think they're going to wake up the next morning and don't. Have you told the people that you need to tell that you love them, that you forgive them? Have you told the Father? Have you repented? I mean, truly repented. Not, sorry about that, God. Sorry I did that. But I'm going to keep doing X or Y. Or, I made that mistake, but I'm going to keep going down this, whatever. True repentance. That's what we need to prepare for, death. Our own death. Both physically, if you're the leader of a home and if you have a family, you should be preparing for your death in a way that you make sure your family's taken care of. And spiritually, make sure that you and your family know where your eternal residence will be if you were to die tonight. You never know what tomorrow holds, or if there will be a tomorrow. Don't wait till tonight when you go to sleep, because people don't just die in their sleep. The next second is not promised. And I'm speaking to myself. This is part of the reason I am the way I am with certain things in life. It's not always a good thing. Sometimes I stress myself out too much about it, because life is so short, and I've been kind of traumatized by death around me all the time. But we should all be thinking of that, because I just lost another friend, very close friend of nearly 30 years this past week. And you know what always happens when somebody dies and there's a funeral? All the regrets, and everybody comes out of the woodwork telling awesome stories of, oh, I remember the time we did this with this person. I remember that, and you only talk about the good. Where was all that when the person was alive? When's the last time you said those nice things to that person while they were alive? Focus on the good. Believe all things. And prepare for the afterlife. Because that's the one thing when we prepare, when we're talking about preparedness, that's the one thing you know is coming. Natural disaster, economic collapse, all those other things, nuclear war, whatever you're preparing for, it might not ever happen. But you know, one day you're going to take your last breath on this earth. Prepare for that. Get after it. Officially headed back away from Collins, Mississippi, after spending the last several days on hurricane relief. I mean, not hurricane, tornado relief, sorry. With Grindstone Ministries. Starting the 2,000-mile plus journey back home. And wouldn't you know it, it is storming, raining, thunder, lightning, and there are tornado warnings. The tornado warnings aren't supposed to happen until tonight though, so hopefully by that time I will be through this storm, but supposedly it's enormous, and good grief. I'm gonna be traveling obviously through all of Mississippi and Louisiana, which historically are very have had some crazy natural disasters in the past. Anyway, so it should be fun. See how it goes. It was an awesome blessing though, being able to be a part of that tornado relief. So basically, for those who don't know what Grindstone Ministries does, I'm sure you could just follow their channel too, is disaster relief. So it's the immediate emergency needs right after a disaster. So when you have a house that's half crumpled and or completely crumpled, or trees blown into the house and destroying the yard and blocking your entry and exit from your property, or just whatever. It's the immediate need, and then once we are able to take care of that immediate need and clean the place up and give them a clean slate, for lack of a better term, then they can start the recovery process, which is more of a local endeavor, because that takes
months, if not years. So they just focus on the shorter term, immediate need, those things that are immediately safety dangers of, like cars inside that landed on top of a house, or trees through the house like you guys saw, roofs ripped off, finish demolishing a house if need be, if it's already, 3/4 of the way ripped apart by the tornado, so that, like as T was explaining it, even first of all, they try to focus on people that don't have insurance and don't have the means otherwise to be able to have any kind of relief. So that's the first thing. Number two, even if people do have insurance, they're not going to pay. You're not going to get most of these. I was talking to actually all the owners of every property that we went to. I went and talked to the owners and kind of found out their story and the history, and every single one of them, their properties, their homes, it's been passed down through the generations. Their parents and grandparents and even great-grandparents, it's been passed down. So in today's economy, the amount that they're going to get for that house, even if they have insurance, is not going to build them a new house. So the goal of Grindstone is to at least give them a jump start, because if it's, whatever, if the insurance company gives them $100,000, it's going to cost them $100,000 just to get the debris cleaned up, just to get the trees chopped up that are blown in their yard, and just to get the car craned out of the middle of their house, and all that stuff is going to cost $100,000, and then they're left with nothing. So if we can, nothing as far as money or a home. So if we can give them that jump start and do all that prelim work, then they can use that $100,000, just as an example, to start rebuilding. So anyway, that's the idea. You guys see the videos. I encourage you to follow Grindstone, sign up for their deployments. Yeah, good times. Get after it.